Right, we are here at Shepparton, and I am catching up with Crystal Hackett back here in Victoria for something very different. But firstly, congratulations on winning your first Group 1 race on Mach Shard last Friday night in the Taylor Mile. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much. It was a big thrill.
The scenes afterwards were outstanding from photos, a couple of the interviews I've seen, trackside team and that straight afterwards. That was a shock, wasn't it?
Yeah, you'd have to say it was. I didn't really go into the race nervous or expecting anything, especially paying so much and being the rank outsider, but the old boy got the job done and it was just a big thrill for everyone involved.
How do you go into a race like that? Like you said, you're 150 to 1, but you're in a Group 1 and it's a time-honoured Group 1 race too on the North Island. You must have been chuffed when they asked you to drive him.
Yeah, I just saw it down on the fields, to be fair. But their parents got very, very grateful for them to put me on. Scotty could have driven him himself, but he didn't. He chose to stick with the sooner the better. And to get the drive was a big thrill. Again, such good drivers and horses in the field was amazing. Yeah.
Nervous before it? Like you said, you were on 151 pop, but were you actually nervous prior to it?
I wasn't nervous as such. I was just excited to be driving in the race, but I'm not a nervous driver. Like, I get excited to be out there, but not necessarily nervous, and that's more what it was on Friday night.
Just excited about the whole occasion. What was it? A month earlier at Cambridge, you drove your first group winner. That was at Cambridge. I'm trying to think of the horse. I can actually picture it, but I can't.
The Manchester.
Yeah. That was a huge thrill for you. And that, did you like? You obviously want to win a Group 1 race. I think everyone does want to win one. Did you think it had come so quick afterwards?
No, definitely not. My goal at the start of the season was to win a group race. I ran second in a Group 1, 2 and 3 last year, so I was just eager to go one better in any sort of group race. But to get it done earlier in the season was a big thrill, and we don't get many opportunities to drive in Group 1s back home, but I said to Mum and Dad and those around me, I said my next goal will be a Group 1, whether it's this year or in 10 years' time. That's what I want to do. And to achieve it only 3 months later, I'm pretty happy about.
It is tough. Like, we're here in Central Victoria, and it's cold. It is very cold too. We've got to say that for the Kiwis. But you drove, congratulations to you, drove a winner at Yarra Valley, your first drive in Australia on Monday. You could have gone to Trang with Josh that night as well. We're here at Shepparton on Wednesday. There's a double header tomorrow. North Island in New Zealand is not like that. Can sometimes be one meeting a week, can't there?
Generally is one meeting a week. Everyone's sort of said, oh, you'll be tired or you won't be liking this, but I actually love it because you're away at the races every day, and for Victorians it might be getting old, but for us New Zealanders to come over here, even just a week or a month, it's something different and it's pretty cool.
Are you enjoying the look around? And congratulations on the win. Great for Chris and Ellison. I know they've been trying to get you a few drives as well, but have you enjoyed it?
Yeah, very grateful for them and their owners to put me on, and everyone else throughout the week. I've had a win in a second, so it's been a good week to start with. We're double headed today. We're at Mountain Trials and then here at the races, and no, I'm just loving every minute of it. One
of the best ones, if Ben Hope's watching this, one of the best interviews I did was with him at Bendigo, and I reckon it wasn't far off this time of year. It was -2 on a Monday night at the trials, and he thought this is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, I'd say he would have thought that he was in Southland about then, not Australia, whereas we all think it's going to be warm when it's clearly not as of show tonight.
Are you going back Friday?
Yeah, fly home Friday morning, back for Group 1 National Trot and Group 1 Messenger. Can't be missing those races.
Do you come back? Because I think you were planning on being here for 2 weeks. Obviously that's going to be cut short now at the minute.
Yeah, it's cut short. I might return back in the future, but no, just this trip's going to be just the 1 week.
Yeah, very, very short week, but I'd imagine great week. Chris and Ellison have been outstanding. I mean, I know the friendship that Chris has with Bernie, Brent Lilly, the whole lot. It must be a bit of fun. Chris, anyone knows Chris is a serial pest at the best at times, but he can also be a good mentor, and I would imagine you've learned a bit sitting in the car with him. Yeah,
I just try and sponge all his knowledge off him. He's got a lot, so it's good to just get a little bit, take a little bit home with me each time, and no, I'm really enjoying it.
Just go back to the race for a sec. Mach Shard was the first pacer you'd ever driven, and also the first horse you'd ever driven in a workout, is that correct?
First pacer I'd driven, and first pacer I'd driven in a workout. I'd driven about 3 or 4 workouts prior, but only Mum and Dad's trotters, and obviously nothing open class like Mach Shard was.
Was he open class back then? Like, was he at that stage, or was he still coming through?
Yeah, he was up. He went up onto the New Zealand Cup that prep, so yeah, he was up there, but he was also free-legged that day. He'd worked up, it was his first workout trial back that prep, and Barry hadn't worked him in the hobbles, and he put the hobbles on him at the trials, and then went to get in the car. He said, "No, Crystal, take these off." And yeah, it's fair to say I was a bit nervous driving a pacer for Barry Purdon, and then he's taking the hobbles off. So it went well for me, and yeah, my next public drive was the Taylor Mile last week. I haven't driven at the races or workouts again since, so I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but I was pretty happy to. Yeah.
So you haven't even driven him a track work at home?
Oh yeah, drive him in track work every now and again, but it's pretty hard to get fellow Aussie Sarah Walsh off him.
We're at her hometown. She'll know over there 1 and 2. You can say you've seen her stalls.
Yeah.
That's cool. The other part of that, you actually weren't working for Barry at the time.
No.
So, like, did you have a friendship? Like, have you known him for a long time, or how did it all come about?
I'd been over to their place and done 2 weeks, just a bit of work in the school holidays to see whether that's what I wanted to do, whether I wanted to pursue the harness racing or what. And yeah, Barry offered me a job when I was there, and I just wanted to finish the year at school, finish my year show jumping when I used to ride, and then make the move to Clevedon when I was a little bit older, 6 months down the track. And so yeah, I was still at school, and Barry just rang me and said, "Oh, can you come to the workouts and drive a couple? We'll have a few steers for you." And yeah, I was there, and I was only expecting some couple old battlers, and no, it was Mach Shard and a few other nice ones. So yeah, it was pretty exciting.
Must give you so much confidence.
Yeah, for sure. Even like back then was a big deal. I was pretty nervous that day, I can tell you that, driving for Barry Purdon, because as you know, the Purdon name is just the top of the sport in New Zealand, and you can't drive for nearly anyone better. So it was pretty big thrill back then. It's still a big thrill these days.
They're actually great to me, I must say. Scotty always gives up time, and they're having a massive run. Like, you had a second as well on a little 2-year-old. Like, they're putting a lot of faith in you now.
Yeah.
It must be great for you.
Yeah, no, it is. It was a bit of fun. I gave Scotty some cheek because he won the Group 2, the race prior to the Group 1. And I said, "Oh, any chance of just giving me one?" And because that filly's beaten me 3 times, and I run her up to it 3 times. Said, "Any chance of just giving me one?" And then when I come in with the Taylor Mile, I said, "Well, I gave you one," but not that it was gifted or anything. Mach Shard had to do his work, but no, it was a big thrill to have a bit of a laugh about it like that.
I do over the ditch with Matty Markham, and one of the things he brought up in it, he thinks, he's not sure, but it might be the first time 2 lady drivers have quinelled a Group 1. To beat Natalie Rasmussen, like, a good thrill for you as well.
Yeah, definitely. She's pretty hard to beat, so no, that was also a big thrill. I didn't actually know that.
And we're not sure. It was just one of those things that he brought up, and we've gone through. The only time we maybe is the New Zealand Cup. We're not sure who ran second to one. Don't worry about Chris. He won't leave you behind. I'll make sure. We'll make sure he does it. It's no good for public relations.
Yeah.
Just one other little thing. You've got a great friendship. There isn't a lot of lady drivers. There is more and more coming through. Sarah O'Reilly, you saw her win her first Group 1 earlier in the year. It must have been great to be there and share it. She was unlucky she didn't get out, but it must have been great to be there with her in that race. It must have been good fun for you guys afterwards.
Yeah, no, it was. She's one of my best mates, and she was actually the first person to say, "Oh, did you win that?" I was like, "Yeah, I did actually." And she was just as happy for me as I was for her the day she won her Invercargill Cup. So it's good to have great friends that help us each other out along the road, and she's one of them, yeah.
No, it's a great little story. Crystal, thank you. Congratulations, I reckon it's great. Well done to yourself. Well done to Mum and Dad. Great story. And I do think, and people say, they get a lot of accolades. Well done to Barry and Scott, putting a lot of trust in you. Yeah. Barry at the start as well. I think it's great. We need young people in the sport, and these guys are doing an awesome job as well. So well done, and thank you very much for joining me, and good luck on Friday night.
Cheers, thank you very much.
And good luck finding Chris before he leaves you.
No, I'm sure he won't leave me behind.
Dad won't let him.
No, exactly.
Thank you.